Hey, I'm Felissa Rose, and you're watching Keto and Crime.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about a great new sponsor for the channel, Keto Krisp. They reached out to me wanting to help me get back on my keto journey. As you know, I've had some issues and they know that sweets are a problem for me. So, I have partnered with them after sampling them and they are really good bars. I highly recommend them. Filling, not too sweet, but just sweet enough. So if you're on a keto or a carnivore or low carb lifestyle, they are the perfect bar. But moreover, what I want to talk about is the company itself. Adam Breman is the founder, and he has suffered from cerebral palsy as well as obesity most of his life, and yet he still persevered and founded his own company. I think just the whole Keto Crisp brand is a monument to the human spirit. And I just wanted to point that out that I only choose to partner with brands that I really believe in. I both believe in their product, I believe in Adam, and I really believe in their motto. It's about what you can do, not what you can't. And with that being said, I'm proud to welcome a new sponsor to the channel. You can try them out for a 20% discount. Just like most keto bars, they're a bit pricier than the junk you're going to find in the supermarket, but well worth it. And so you can get 20% off using my discount code, which I will link down in the description below. And I look forward to doing many more collaborations with Keto Crisp. Thank you so much, everyone. And hey everyone, welcome to Keto and Crime. Welcome to a new series I'm calling Keto and Crime Quickies. It is a 15-minute or less summary of a case or an update on a case. And so we're starting with an update on the Summer Wells case. I know this is something that many people have been following. I see a lot of videos about it on YouTube, and I've been relatively silent on it except for the initial video I did on it in July. And why? Because we still don't know a whole lot of anything. As you recall, 5-year-old Summer Wells, pictured here to your left, is a 5-year-old girl living in Rogersville, Tennessee, which is a small town near on the east side of Tennessee, near Knoxville, residing in the county of Hawkins County, Tennessee. And as I had said in my earlier video, Hawkins County, Tennessee is a very poor rural area. Think of them as hillbillies. I'm a hillbilly, so I can say that with hopefully not offending anyone. Very poor. Average family income is $24,000 a year. So these people in this county live very hand to mouth. If you've ever seen the reality show Southern Justice, that follow the sheriff's departments in some of these rural counties in Tennessee and North Carolina, this is very much like that. So just saying. She disappeared around June 15th from her family's home in Rogersville. It is a farmhouse sitting on top of a hill near a heavily wooded area. According to reports, she had been outside with her mom, Candace Bly, and her grandmother, maternal grandmother, who were gardening and had wanted to go inside and play with her toys. So she did that. Evidently, she spoke to her brothers, her 3 brothers, that were in the kitchen, and then went downstairs to the playroom, according to reports. And then when the mom and the grandmother went in, she was nowhere to be found. She was not in the upstairs room with her brothers, in the kitchen, or the living room with them, and she was not in the basement playroom. She was gone. Now, there have been a lot of speculation about what happened. A lot of speculation, particularly on honing in on the 2 parents, Dawn Wells and Candace Bly, who, as I said, yes, come off at first as very strange because they're hillbillies. They're very, very poor. Um, they have different mannerisms than you would normally find. I say that because I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains in Alabama. So I had aunts and uncles that acted just like Don and Candace. And so my first inclination was not to automatically accuse them. I know that in the majority of child abduction cases that the family is, of course, and rightfully so, the first suspects are the first people of interest. But there seemed to be a whole lot of "we know they did it" type of rhetoric around the interwebs, as there is, and I basically said that wasn't the best way to go. The best way to go was to let law enforcement do their job and to tell us what happened. Well, we have a couple of updates. We have one recent update from Hawkins County Sheriff, who said that they are not suspending the search. The search has been ongoing now almost 9 weeks, but they are not suspending the search for young Miss Wales in the wooded area around her home, the immediate area, and state and nationwide. Also assisting in this is Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, the neighboring county, as well as the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the TBI. The TBI has put out a all points bulletin on a maroon or reddish Toyota type coupe car, which they say may have been in the area on the day that Summer disappeared. So they have become persons of interest, whoever is driving that car, and there is an automatic search for that. We do know that the mothers, Candace Bly, her sister, was kidnapped and killed, or went missing and then was later found dead in a truck stop parking lot in Wisconsin several years ago before Miss Bly moved to Tennessee. So we do know that this family has a history of weird things happening to them. Now, as to the parents, yes, I admit they're very weird. They are not helping their case by doing an interview with anybody that has a camera and a recorder. I've seen them on so many YouTube channels, so many podcasts, telling their story over and over. It's obvious they're trying to get the PR out that they did not do this, but I don't think they're really helping their case because the agendas of some of the people interviewing them might not be to find the truth. It may just be, hey, how can I pinpoint you as the killer and bring some, you know, bring some fame and notoriety to myself. I don't think they're helping themselves. If they are going to do interviews, I would advise them to do it with large podcasts. I'm talking like Joe Rogan size, or even a larger true crime channel like Kendall Ray, Stephanie Harlow, somebody that has a huge amount of reach and would do it fairly. Also, or stick to mainstream media. As much as I don't necessarily care for mainstream media, I think that's their best bet. Do I think they did it? No, I still don't think they necessarily had anything to do with it. As I had pointed out in my earlier video, this county has an unusually high instance of child abduction for the purposes of trafficking. It's been pinpointed in several FBI and TBI reports to the same. That entire eastern region of Tennessee, where there's a lot of poverty and a lot of kids running wild in a wooded setting, that tends to be a natural thing that these scumbags trot to. And I'm afraid either she got lost in the woods and couldn't find her way back, because I got lost in the woods. I was a little older than her, but I got lost in the woods, was able to find my way back, but maybe she didn't, or she was kidnapped for some unscrupulous reason. Also, because her brothers were the last people to actually see her alive, supposedly. I'd be interested to know what they've said. Not accusing them, I don't know. But we've covered both the family annihilators and killer kids on this channel, so I think we know that that is possible. Again, not accusing them. I don't know. I don't think that they had anything to do with it. I'll put that out there. But I could be made a fool, but that is my instinct. And that's the reason I'm sticking to my original plan, that my original idea that they had nothing to do with it, and this is an outside job or a case of somebody getting lost. Finally, We do know that around July 15th, the three boys were removed from the Wells residence, so we know that they are not the best parents. I could immediately see that. I think we all saw that, but that does not make them killers. I think they've got problems. They both have arrests for domestic issues, so I don't think that's the best environment for any children to be brought up in. So I think that's probably for the best. And they have not disclosed the exact reasons why they were removed, but it has to be pretty bad for CPS to actually remove a child from the home. So we can say they are probably bad parents, not necessarily bad people, but bad parents. Again, this could be more a case of neglect than anything, but I'm withholding judgment. I still stick to my original idea that yes, they have to be counted as perfect people of interest because they are the parents, but we still don't know, and we may never know. This could be something that stretches out, year to year. I try to maintain a neutral eye when looking at things like this. It's hard when it's a case of children being abducted or hurt. And that's the reason that most of the cases you see me cover, the people have already been found guilty. I've only covered maybe 3 cases where the guilt or innocence is still pending. This one, and I barely covered it. Of course, the Daybell Vallow case, but the bodies were found on his property, so I think I'm pretty safe there. To step out on a limb there. And I believe I covered technically the Duggar case is one where he's not been found guilty, but I think there's enough evidence where we can say, okay, kind of like the Daybell case. Those are the only 3 cases I've covered that did not already have a guilty verdict associated with it. So that's the reason I'm again covering this one. I will never break a case. I don't think that that's a good thing for a YouTuber to do, is to break a case. I can study and I can analyze and I can bring you the story as we know it, but I will never break a case because I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm a storyteller that loves delving into things and loves to bring you the story when you may not have time to read it for yourself. That's what I do. So that's where I stand on this case. I'd be interested to see what happens, and most of all, I hope they find Summer and find her alive, though they say the first 48 to 72 hours is critical in these cases, so not very hopeful, but I hope. And with that being said, that's the latest update on Summer Wells, and I'll be back soon with another true crime case and another quickie. And with that being said, until next time, keto crime.